what inspired me or why I started my brand, the Satin Society. And it literally came from a place of grief. When I lost my mother 4 years ago, I did not realize the impact that it would have on my life. Losing her didn't really hit me until about a year after she was gone. And it hit me like a ton of bricks. My life was in a very delicate state at that time because I had suffered more than just the loss of my mother. And it was very challenging to find comfort in the midst of what seemed like a lot of darkness. So I slipped into a state of depression. And that is something I had never experienced before. It was very new territory for me. And it was a space that I was not sure how to navigate. Every day I would just tell myself, just get up. Just get up. Some days I could. Most days I couldn't. But on the days that I did, the first thing I would do was tell myself, you got to get up and take a shower. I would get up. I would shower. And I would put on comfortable clothing, or what I deemed comfortable at the time. And doing that one act would most of the time propel me into doing something else, because I'm out of bed now, so there's no point in coming back in it. So on the days that I was able to do that, I would just put one foot in front of the other, and then it would go from showering to now maybe I can cook myself something to eat, or order myself something to eat, because I was going days without eating as well. So now that I fed myself, maybe I can go outside for a little walk and get some fresh air so it can boost my mood. After that, maybe I can journal today. Maybe I can pray. I was literally using this one step to propel me forward to get out of this dark hole that I essentially got buried in and I didn't even know how. So as I was doing this day by day, I realized I really hated the way that the clothing I was wearing, it felt. I didn't like it wasn't comfortable. I didn't always like the way the fabrics felt. They felt cheap. And I didn't like the fit. I hated the fit. I'm a curvier woman. And I'm also short. So a lot of the times either I have to go up a size or two in order for it to fit my bottom half, or it's too long and it's dragging on the floor. So I started designing what I wanted to have. I also hated that pajamas and loungewear always came in these boring, mundane colors. I wanted things that felt good and that were also ethically sourced. I've been to school for fashion design, so I'm fully aware that a lot of the fabrics that we pay all of this money for, we're literally just paying for a name. We're not paying for quality. So I wanted to produce a high quality product because I wanted it to last over years to come. I wanted it to be something that I can possibly pass down to another generation, and it be something that was timeless. And also, I'm a person who colors, I love them. I love bold, bright, beautiful colors, textures. And I wanted something that was representative of my personality, something that aligned with what I would want to wear on a daily basis. I needed something that would boost my mood. And I wasn't finding that in the market. And the brands that I did see, they just did not cater to women that look like me. And I wanted something that did. I started incorporating certain elements that I wanted to see. And the process began. And out of grief, I was able to birth a beautiful brand and figure out what my purpose in life was, to help other people who may be in a challenging state in their life right now to get out of the hole by just taking the first step. Now, the heart behind the blankets that we want to make from the scraps of the pajamas is because when my mother and my sisters and I first moved to Texas, we lived in a homeless shelter. And that was one of the lowest points in my mother's life, but she only elevated from there. We were never homeless again. And I myself actually experienced something of that nature as well. When I was in my 20s, I was actually homeless. When you're at rock bottom, you can only go up. I know the mental state that I was in when I was in a homeless shelter. I'm very familiar with the state of mind my mother was in when she was in a homeless shelter. And sometimes you just need one thing that's going to remind you of where you're going, and you deserve to have something nice to remind you of where you came from. And so that initiative is very near and dear to my heart, because those women need a reminder that this is not the end. You have so much further to go, or look how far you've come. So that's a little tidbit about me and the Satin Society and how my purpose came into fruition. So it was nice talking about it. And hopefully this gives some insight in my brand.